Dang. Alrighty. Hey, what is going on, people of the internet? My name is Bruce Howardell or Freckly _ BPG. Welcome to the first ever review on this channel. This is going to be a review of my Acer Chromebook R11 Base Edition. So, here is what it looks like right out of the box, and the reason why it says Loaner and Chromebook Take-Home Program 2017-2018 is because this is my school laptop. Now, it's not really my school laptop, it's a loaner because my Lenovo C202 2015 edition Chromebook that I use for schoolwork is under repairs. So this is my Chromebook for now. I'm going to spend a week with it, and then I'll get back to you on that in the next video. But here's some minor specifications. This is the Celeron N3050 1.6 GHz dual core processor. It has 2 GB of RAM, 10 GB of storage. It's running Chrome OS operating system 60.2.4.6, and it's also got a custom school administrator account on it. Let's check it out. So if we open it up, you cannot open it up with one hand, but it is a Chromebook, as you can tell. So some specifications on the screen. It is a 11.6-inch screen with a resolution of 1536 by 864. Now they recommend you put it at 1366 by 768 because that is actually the sharpest and most cleanest resolution you can get with this screen. And if you want a better resolution, you can go up to the full 864 pixels. But there's a problem. It's a little bit of a blurry mess. And I will show you that. So here's your keyboard and your trackpad. Oddly enough, that's the microphone right there and the camera. And then there's a dual lens camera right there. So here's boot up times. And this is the biggest benefit compared to a Windows laptop. The boot up times are so much better. Here's a check. 8 seconds to boot it up. In my HP Pavilion X360 takes 30 seconds to get all the way into Windows. Believe it or not. So this is the best compromise. So I'm going to log into my Google account. Now the good thing about a Chromebook is when you log into a Google account, it'll grab your, if you use Google Chrome, like I use Google Chrome, my daily web browser on Budger right here, Budger 2.0. It'll sync all my information like bookmarks and extensions, but since this is on my home Gmail, not my school Gmail, everything is a little bit different. But here's the main attraction. So the benefit of using a Chrome OS machine is how fast it is. Now, you would think 2 GB of RAM on a Windows machine is not good anymore. And you may be correct. But since it's a Chrome OS, it's so lightweight that it can handle it. So, let us take a look at the screen. So, it's 11.6 inches, and I have it on 36.6 by 768. My HP is 14 inches, that's 36.6 by 768. This has better colors, contrast, viewing angles, and it's much sharper because it's a smaller screen with the same resolution. Now, if you want to access to get to the settings, first you open up Google Chrome, look at how fast that booted up, and then you go right to this button right here, customize and control settings, right here. And then now when you go into the regular Chrome menu, this is usually what it looks like. But since this is Chrome OS, and this is pretty much Windows settings right here, you do have some extra things for the display. Now here we go. So this is 1366 by 768, and it says it's best resolution. This is how sharp the taskbar is right now. Now let's change it to the highest resolution of 1536 by 864. Now you can tell things are very, very blurry. And then when you move it back to 1366 by 768, things look a lot better. So that's the good thing about that. Orientation. Oh, oops. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oops. Now let me tell you, this is the base model of the Acer Chromebook R11. It has no touchscreen, and this is how far the display can go back. On the upgraded model, you can get a touchscreen, a new white unibody design, and you get a 2-in-1 design, like my HP Pavilion can right there. It can turn into a tablet. It's a 2-in-1. If you've never heard of those, check out videos on YouTube. It's good. So the keyboard on this is top notch. And it's crazy. Top notch for $166 if you buy it on Best Buy site. Well, for the standard model, it's $166. The keyboard is so awesome. It also has a tactile click. It's got one. It's a tiny bit mushy, but it is the best keyboard I've. This is the second best actually maybe the third best keyboard I've ever used on any laptop before. Here's a quick. This is what the keys sound like. So they've got a tactile click. Oh my gosh, I keep messing that. You get a tactile click, so you know it when you're pressing down a key like this. So that's very nice. So since this is Chrome OS, there's no Windows or Mac key. There's a search bar instead of caps lock, which will bring up the Google menu right here. And then there's also some function keys up here. And actually these are kind of the same as my HP laptop. So if we go to youtube.com, we can test out the audio quality. Actually, no, we can use Spotify. Nice title, dude. So, Spotify now, it's not the desktop. You cannot get desktop apps on Chrome OS. But there are some web app versions, like Spotify. There's a web app version for Spotify right there. And then there's also, like, some other apps right here. So, let's go to my music. Alright, here's how So here's what it sounds like at 25% volume. Not 50%. Not 100. So the speakers are down firing, and they sound pretty decent. Man. Now there is a bit of muddiness, but you can kind of tell there's a little bit of lack in the mid-range, but it's perfectly fine for listening to music. Alright, so again, they're down firing. So there's two speakers right here. There's also a dedicated subwoofer, and yes, this is a huge subwoofer. And behind the subwoofer, like, you can kind of see some cooling support right here. That's a vent for the CPU, because this does have an N3050, but it's one of the higher end models, so it's a higher end N3050, so it's got to be cooled by a tiny little fan, but it does not get loud at all. That could even be like special cooling support right there. But then the rest of the chassis right here is a full sub, and it works pretty well. And if you don't use bass heavy headphones, you will not be able to tell what it sounds like with the subwoofer enabled. So Here's what it sounds like with the subwoofer enabled if you're using bassy headphones. Yeah, this laptop vibrates like crazy when the subwoofer's on. So, now the trackpad is... It's kind of one of those love it or hate it situations. So, scrolling is perfectly fine, but since it's Chrome OS, you have to swipe down like this to scroll down instead of swiping up like this to scroll down on like a wooden. But it's very accurate. It's a very accurate trackpad, but sometimes when I do this, when I try to move just a tiny bit, it kind of gets stuck. It kind of grabs on my finger, it gets stuck. It's not the smoothest trackpad. Like, it's kind of got some rubber to it, so it's not that easy to slide on. But for normal use, it's very, very nice to use. So, let's talk about that fan. So, this subwoofer also doubles as an intake. And then right here, there's an exhaust vent. Let's get that in the lighting. Right there. So, this is $170, and I would actually recommend you upgrade to the touchscreen model without the X360 hinge. Because I've used my HP, and it has a touchscreen. And it is kind of crazy what kind of a difference a touchscreen makes. So, like, okay, here is a side comparison. So, here's what two of the laptops look side by side. So as you could tell, this is 14 inches, and this is 11.6. There's a huge difference. So, let's do a quick review and comparison of this laptop now. So, we'll do a speaker test. We'll do a speaker test. So, basically, this is a front-firing Bang & Olufsen speaker. So, it sounds pretty nice. So, there's a dedicated knob right here on the side. Alright, now, let's do it. So the HP speaker actually sounds it sounds better, but I could absolutely live with the speakers on this laptop. Yeah, you can tell the mid-range is much more clearer than it is on this laptop, but it's pretty much neck and neck when it comes to speakers. So, of course, this runs Windows 10, so it's going to be much more demanding. So we'll get this one out of the way because this is about the Chromebook. So, should you buy this? And I'm not going to give you the answer now because I'm going to do a whole week review of this laptop. Now I'm going to spend from today till next Friday at 6:30. I'm going to stop my weekly request, and then I am going to get back to you guys when I am done. Let's go. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. And so far, I would recommend it. But I have to use a whole week. And I have to learn Chrome OS because never used it before. So, the only thing I've done on it is Google Chrome. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.